You are currently the co-coach of Barcelona. How did that happen? I have pictures in mind with very few clothing on and trophies covering the important areas. Are you still that kind of party animal?
I wanted to ask myself if I'm good enough to go there. Let's see something interesting.
Ball across to Dylan Nahi, double in flight. Oh, what a start!
Ooh, into the net.
She does it again!
Yes! And Magdeburg are the champions of Europe! To come up with something here. She has a game! This is a fantastic keeper! What a comeback!
And it is time to talk handball, everybody. My friends all left me hanging right now. That's why it's me left, but I am left with great company here because we have the co-coach of Barcelona, we have the Champions League winner, and we have the legend of the game. We have Konstantin Igropulo right here, right with me. Thanks for being here. How are you?
Hello, thank you for inviting me. I'm okay, I'm good.
You're okay. So just for context, we are recording just prior to the Champions League semi-final that you guys are playing against Kiel. How do you approach those days when you have a big game coming?
Look, it's the best time of the year. We are waiting for this time during the whole season, so we have to enjoy it. So we are okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, going in with Barça always mean going in as the favorites. Is that something that you guys are aware of, and that puts some extra pressure on you?
I think extra pressure is not what we're talking about, but pressure is it, because you know, if we're gonna speak with you in the start of the season, to be here, it's good result for us, but it's Barça.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to have a pressure is not something new for us, because they call you or you call us favorite. Doesn't matter how we are coming here. So I don't think that is something new for our team. So, and I think to have pressure here, it's also normal, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely is, especially when you're in Cologne. There's pressure on everybody here. But actually, let's not talk too much about Cologne. Let's talk a little more about you and your path, your career. You are currently the co-coach of Barcelona. How did that happen? Who called you, and how did you end up being the co-trainer of Barcelona?
Yeah, of course. Who called me? Carlos is the guy which I don't know how many years we were trying to work together. It's a pretty long story, because I think in 2012 even he tried to be a national coach of my country, and then I was helping him to do that. It was not possible at that moment, and then we were working together in Denmark, and then we were in contact all this time. So then I stopped my career. I start to work as a coach, and always we were trying to work together, and then finally it was possible here 2 years ago.
And you mentioned 2012 already, because between 2009 and 2012 you actually played here for Barcelona as well. And did that actually influence your decision to go to Barca at all?
Yeah, for sure. For me and for the club, I'm ex Barca player, and that was, I think, one of the things when they decide. And for me was no question, because I start to be a coach, and the best experience, and then here is difficult to find.
And I mean, now that we are in Cologne, you personally already know how it is to win titles. It was in 2011 with Barcelona that you actually won the trophy. So how is it winning a title in Cologne?
So for sure, we have been here for when it was the first Final Four, and we lost. Then next year, we won it, and of course it was something amazing. I was pretty young in that moment. The trees were bigger and all this stuff. I remember all the good things, and I think from that moment until now, the feeling inside of you not changing a lot. It's always when you yesterday when you see the empty hall, you start to feeling the same things again and again. Every time you come here, it's impressing you.
So you do miss playing a little bit as well?
No, absolutely not. When you see the guys playing real training so good and so with this high quality, I don't miss. I'm enjoying of them.
But back in the days when you were still a player, one could put it like that you were a little party animal. I have pictures in mind with very few clothing on and trophies covering the important areas. Are you still that kind of party animal?
Look, I don't think the people are changing,
Yeah.
but with the age you can control a little bit more emotion, and you have to be more, I don't think how to say it correctly, so it has to be funny, when you talk when you say one joke once, it's funny, 2 times, okay. Again, I don't think that when you repeat the same joke, it's not so funny anymore. So I made it 2 times because of the bet. In the second one was the bet, because we were playing not really good in the middle of the season, and once we just I don't know, like always, we were drinking coffee, and the Swedish guys from Berlin, especially Fredrik Pettersson, told me, if we're gonna win something this year, you're gonna repeat. And it was the moment when we were like, okay, difficult to say if we are going to win something. And I said, hey, if we're gonna win this year something, I'm gonna do it 200%. And then I have to do it. But I think I have the same picture with the Champions Trophy, but nobody can see it.
All
was
right.
Here in Cologne.
No questions asked.
Yeah,
no
it was just for the secret archive.
all right. Then let's keep that archive secret, because we don't want to get banned in that podcast here as well. Sure. But was there anyone who could keep up with your partying pace?
For sure. I don't know if I catch your question.
So if there was anyone who was partying as hard as you?
Actually, I'm not really bad in this thing, so I'm not pushing so much. I'm sure there are a lot of people who is making party more harder than me. For sure. That just was a funny story, but for sure I'm not the new one. It was
actually our regular co-host here, Victor Thomas, I need a little insights about him. So how was he like? He always pretends to be that fine wine drinking guy, but did he drink a lot of wine then?
I never looking in the inside the glasses of my partner. Everyone can control it by himself, but Victor is the good guy, we say. Always
right.
Try to keep at the level. I think it's very difficult role because we are not ideal, no one, and to keep this role is not easy. But he tried to be a good guy always.
Yeah, absolutely. But then maybe let's talk a little bit about you going to Barca for your first time. Actually, I heard that you even tried to learn a little bit Catalan. So you actually tried to adapt to the culture there. How well did you did you succeed in that? How well did you adapt to Barcelona and Catalunya?
I understand Catalan. Sometimes I'm saying something just for fun, but actually I have no practice to speak. I'm sure if I gonna say that I have to speak Catalan, and I will speak soon.
Yeah, fair enough. Back in your playing career, Barcelona wasn't your first transfer abroad though. So I think it was 2002 when you first transferred to Greece. Transferring to Greece is not the most typical thing for a handball player. It's not the first thing that would come to my mind. How did that happen?
There is some just things we are not we cannot thinking about it every time, because there were some rules in Russia in that moment. You was like allowed to go out from the country when you're 25, after 25, and that was the special rule for the young players to keep them inside the country. So like I have Greek roots. My father just thought about all this situation, and he said that probably we're gonna try to find the Greek passport for me, because it was possible, and to think about his plan was like to go to Olympic Games 2004 with the Greek national team, and he was thinking about that. Then he started to move these things, and he was recording my trainings, my games with the big camera, Panasonic 9000 like this, and sending some material to Greece. And that moment in Greece was like a handball boom. Before Olympic Games, they were trying to push it up. And finally, we got one of the best club at that moment, to say the best club at that moment in Greece, Panellinios, and the coach just saw perspective in myself, and he signed me. There was no problem, because I was not going to play as a professional, because I was 16 years old, and they just I went like just you change the place with your family. You know that I went to Greece because of the family things, but I started to play there. That was the way how to go out from the country. But then I was playing there 2 years. That was, I think it was the big experience for me as a handball player, but as a person as well. So I was living there alone for 2 years, from 16 to 18. Another country, another language. I think it was the very important step in my life. And then I decide by myself to go back, because I was playing. I was still playing in the Russian youth national team. Then to change the club, it was okay for me. But to change the national team, I don't know. It was difficult. So once I decided to make step back and go back home. My father was a little bit sad in that moment, but I said that's how I feel.
Yeah.
And I played. I went back to my home city. I played for 1.5 years there, and then the biggest club at that moment in Russia signed me, and that was automatically national team. And from there I started to play in Chekhovsky Medvedi and playing national team, and that was the trampoline. First year we just won the EHF Cup, we said, against Valladolid, and from that moment just it was a big start. I was playing a lot already, 20 years old, but playing all the match and scoring goals, and everything was after it was like continuity of this start.
Yeah, fair enough. Later on, you had a transfer into the Bundesliga as well. How was the switch for you in levels? So coming from Barcelona, well, some of the players even say not the toughest league, so not the toughest opponents week in and week out. Then go into the Bundesliga and being asked to your maximum each and every week. How did you manage to do that switch?
You speak about that time, or you speak about
at that time back then? Yeah.
No, it was a big opponent. In that moment, it was Ciudad Real, and after it was Atletico Madrid, the same team. And it was the last year of this team, and at that moment, I decided for Bundesliga because I wanted to try. I wanted to ask myself if I'm good enough to go there. Let's see something interesting. And of course, the factor of Iker Romero was also important because he went first there, and his opinion was really important for me. He said, really, just come here. Of course, we need you, and you have to try it. So that was really, really important man in that moment for me.
And now you are back in Barcelona. So as a co-trainer, what are your jobs? What do you do in your regular working week?
So we are I don't know. I don't think that I'm going to tell you something new, but it's video analytic, all these things to help for the first coach. Sometimes the coach making trainings by himself. Sometimes I'm helping him, me, and staff. We have all the coaches. Sometimes we are talking. So we are introducing in everything what happens. So it's the work of second coach is, I think, it's how to say it. It's not the amount of the job and responsibility like a first coach, but it's a lot of different things. So you have to be invisible, but in the same time you have to look a lot of things, control decisions, some small things. When the first coach has no time for that, you have to do it, or saying him, or to just his right hand.
Yeah, I'm always impressed with Barcelona because when we look at the club's legacy, it is the biggest club in the world because it shows the most consistency internationally as well. You guys are the record champions of the Machine Secret EHF Champions League. It's been 6 times in a row now that you guys have been going to Cologne. Where is the secret? Because I always feel like every team goes through phases. Kiel now is back in the Final Four. Prior to that, they have been away for quite some time, winning it in 2021. So it always comes and goes in waves, like a little bit. But for Barca, the wave just never keeps on ending. What is Barca's secret? Why is Barca always on top?
I don't think there is one secret. I think it's the years and years of evolution as a club at the handball section. It's I think this is the secret. I think it's one as a club, as a handball also club is one machine who through the years knowing how to do this job and never making discount for nothing. It's always maximum, always big goals, biggest goals, and everyone from the club just living with this mentality. Everyone.
Yeah, Fair enough, and not making discounts, meaning that you are a lot asked man this weekend because well, it is the weekend of the Final Four right here of the TruckScout24 EHF FINAL4, and that's where we don't want to keep you from working. So thanks a lot for your time, and thanks for the insight into your career and into your coach's career now as at Barcelona as well, and best of luck for your upcoming tasks, and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you once again for inviting me, and thank you for the job you are making. You're making a nice job.
Thank you. Sweet.
Good luck for you as well.
That's where we would keep it, and we'll see each other again the next time when it's time to talk handball again.
Ball across to Dylan Nahi, double in flight. Oh, what a start!
Ooh, into the net.
She does it again. Yes.
Magdeburg are the champions.